how real estate developers survives, because I see there's so much mortality in this. Lot of developers, gets bankrupt.
Discipline, see, everybody thinks builders make money, but the margins are very low if you're building high quality. You cut corners, you can make margins anyway. But if you're building high quality, great locations, good spaces, your margins are what it is.
Yeah, good question comes from this. How real estate developers survives, because I see there's so much mortality in this. Lot of developers, gets bankrupt.
Discipline, see, one is financial discipline is very important. You shouldn't be over leveraged. And
how much leverage is fine?
I think a 65, 35 or
65% leveraged.
Yeah, 65% leverage for construction leverage. So your construction leverage and also your ability to sell. Sometimes people think they'll build, it'll sell. It's very important to have an organization. See, customers have to trust you that today it's not about giving them the project and running away. Those days are gone. Today, a customer wants a life cycle. He wants to be your customer for life, and you should be able to give him that comfort. Today, corporates know that if they're in an RMZ building, they're never going to find any issue. If there's an issue, we are here to solve it. And they know that they can grow with RMZ wherever they are. Today, 70% of our clients grow with us. Why did we go out of Bangalore? Clients moved out of Bangalore, so we went to Hyderabad. We went to Mumbai. We went to Chennai, we went to Gurgaon. So all these places, the growth is because customers are telling us we want you all there. And you see the value creation is happening because of, the larger the footprint, the better it's going to be for overall growth.
Let's talk about that COVID time when you did India's biggest real estate deal with Brookfield.
I don't think I should be commenting on it because I think there was another team which drove that deal. We all obviously contributed to
but yeah, so what was
a success? So basically, if you look at during COVID, we had a great portfolio. And during COVID, we didn't lose any clients. Okay, we didn't lose any rental. Everybody paid on time. That is because of the quality of clients we had. If you didn't take the right client with the right balance sheet, people suffered because clients stopped paying because they didn't. But our quality of tenants was so good, nobody stopped paying. Everybody paid on time. Okay, and at that time, if you look at the kind of transaction we did, I don't think anybody in the country has done a transaction of that size during a period when it was the most
difficult time.
We got the best cap rates out of it. I think the vision of the promoters at that time, how do you deleverage and grow? I think that was the best thing. By doing that, we were able to take ourselves and grow across the country. Today, we've developed 70 million square feet and we're developing more. The whole idea about doing that, in that also, if you look at it, a lot of the portfolio was a decade-old portfolio. So I think the best thing by doing that was we were able to take and grow and go outside our domain of the south of India. We become more of a national player then.
But you sold around 12.8 million square feet to Brookfield, and that was co-works. Do you feel that, right now, even, co-working space and all other things are really going fast, and you sold that property?
See, co-working has evolved. Okay, see, I think co-work started as a infrastructure provider for people who didn't want their own office. Okay, that was the whole mindset. It was fantastic. I think, it was a disruptive mindset at that time. I think a lot of people started at that time, but it has evolved. Today, it's become more of an enterprise business. So it's not that we don't do it still, but we don't do it under a brand. Today, companies who do not want to spend capex are willing to do long-term leases, and that's why the business has become so successful, because it's become long-term. It's not short-term rentals. See, what were you trying to fix that time? The biggest mistake people made is they took leases, long-term leases, spent money on it, and then tried to make money on it by doing short-term leases. Okay, so if the short-term leases went away, your long-term leases, that means you had to pay. The landlord had to be paid. And if you're not getting the revenue behind it, that was the biggest mistake. Now people are doing where your leases and your client are fixed. So 5 years, 5 years this guy is going to pay. After 5 years, once you write it down, then you can see what to do with it. So the business has evolved. It's become more financially viable, but still it's a heavy capex business.
But $2 million, this kind of movement which was there, right? That kind of selling of your properties, right? It actually made you a debt-free company in that perspective, if you say, right?
Yeah. And
Because
it also gave us the propensity to grow.
because
to other cities.
before 2020, you were having heavy leverage into your portfolio.
Let's see, you had a 25, 27 million square feet portfolio, which we built in 5 years. Okay, we delivered 7.5 million square feet in 3.5, 4 years in Bangalore. So when you're building and delivering that size, and the debt was not an issue. Rentals were getting paid. So the rents take care of debt. So I don't see it was that, but I think it was required for us to become a national player. We needed that kind of impetus to go out, and we were able to buy land in Bombay. We were able to do deals in Pune. We bought a property in Delhi. So these are the things which we did, and that's how the business has grown so big now.